Hello and welcome to Let's Play TEW 2013. This is 2K, and this is SWF. I don't have a name for this series yet. SWF 2014 episode 1. We'll need something snazzier than that, but you guys wanted at least a few of you guys wanted a Cornellverse game going, and I am going to be trying out a new way of recording these, where I record basically the entire week is going to be the same series. So you get 5 episodes of SWF this week, 5 episodes of WWE next week, TNA the week after, etc., etc. Because it's easier on me to record that way right now. Jumping back and forth between takes a lot of time, unfortunately. So, and I feel as if the episodes aren't as good because I lose my place a lot, and I spend some of the time trying to get in on it. So let's learn about the SWF real quick. We got 2 managers that need assignment, and here are our big guns. Christian Faith and Jack Bruce, both faces, and I'm gonna kind of treat this as if you really haven't played the game before or played as SWF, so you don't know the characters. Faith is 47 years old. He is incredibly popular, exceptionally popular, veteran worker. I wish it would tell us what gimmick they're working. But let's see, Faith. Actually, I'll do it this way as opposed to doing it that way, because I could do it a little better here. Faith is working the old school face gimmick. It has A momentum. He's skilled, but generally eroding because he's 47 years old. He won't be staying near the top for a while, but he's essentially the legend, the guy that's been doing it forever and it's hard to say if he'll be slowing down. We'll have to check. Eric Eisen, son of the boss, arrogant heel. He had a one run with the world title. I think it was only one. And he was generally a plucky underdog type of character until he beefed up and became more of a regular wrestler. A brawler, I guess, is his style. But he is another guy who is exceptionally popular, but his skills may not equate to his popularity, and I think he's going to end up falling out of the main scene as well. Although I generally have a bad habit of having him hang around the main event basically forever. So you may, if you're not a fan of him, or you're not a fan of non-talented wrestlers getting their time in the shine, sorry. Jack Bruce. It's John Cena, but he was a rock star instead of a rapper. He still has that rock star gimmick, so he still does the rock star things, but he has sort of overcome the odds Cena character. He starts as the champion. He's incredibly skilled on the mic, and his brawling and basics are enough to carry a match, but he's going to need a better opponent, and to be honest, I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep him with the title. Merritt's weird. Merritt's incredibly good with Rumble and nothing else, and he is probably the most menacing thing ever in the SWF. Giant Russian, kill people, A momentum. We're going to want to use him. The issue with that momentum piece is that he can only be used at pay-per-views. So he is this big event fighter that can only show up at pay-per-views. I'm probably not going to treat him like Lesnar. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with him, though. Here's more of my Lesnar character. Remo Richardson. He is another guy with A momentum. We got a good luck with these momentum rolls. We got to keep that going. He starts in a storyline with Bruce, so he starts in the world title storyline. And he has that brawling sort of style, but he's not as good as some of the other guys around here. He's not as good at the mic, but he does have a 92 menace, so you want to utilize that more so than anything else. Rich Money is probably the best character in the SWF. He is an arrogant heel. I would say due to the fact that he's really good at the basics of wrestling, but not really fantastic at anything else. Think of him as like a Jericho type, I guess. Steve Freely, young, only 30 years old. Another guy with A momentum. He's really good at brawling, but I particularly don't like him, as you will come to find out. And the last guy on our big names list, and another guy who I enjoy, and another guy who has A momentum, his Vengeance, who I guess would be the Undertaker. That would be his big thing. But he's a vigilante. He delivers justice. The only thing is, he's getting old too, so I have to be careful with him. I want to see exactly what our momentum looks like. Holy cow. The entire main event. Oh. Well then. I think this was all preset, because the entire main event has A. A lot of these guys have B plus up in the upper main, and so on. So I'm less excited now. Anyway, ideal roster is 38, but I'm going to keep it at that for now. A lot of guys I usually end up sending down. Bukowski is one I usually send down. Dubois usually ends up being fired. Dubois. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. As far as storylines, let's see. We got the Bruce versus Remo that I mentioned. Eric Eisen facing up-and-coming face Valiant, who is just the patriotic U.S. fighting Lex Express face. Steve Freely is fighting the entire Chase Agency, so he is trying to go against three upper mid carders. So he needs help, and he will get help eventually. And then in the big money feud right now is Angry Gilmore, who is an exceptional wrestler, probably the most skilled wrestler on our roster, facing off against Rich Money. This would be the equivalent of a Daniel Bryan Chris Jericho feud, when Jericho was still, he still had a popularity to him. He hadn't lost a lot of matches in a row. Ooh, I wanted to add storylines. So we need to add a storyline for Squeaky McLean, as he is the international champion. And I want to have this distanced from my personal game. So I'm going to try and include people who I didn't include in my personal game. So here we go. Okay. Four-way battle. Squeaky faces his most difficult test in 3 young talents. The Bumphole brothers and the John Greed. Really, I guess the main thing you need to know about that, Squeaky McLean is playing a generic straight edge heel. He's not as good as CM Punk, so don't make that assumption. Greed is young and decent. Could become I don't know. He could become a stay on the roster, or he could just kind of go by the wayside. And Randy and Zimmy are 2 guys who will be big deals in the SWF. Probably as different names, but they're very, very good wrestlers. And we need a tag match. I know that Atomic and Jungle Lord, the Heroes. The Hero Squad. They're the champions. So we need... We need someone for them to face. I'm actually tempted to put them in with Freely against the Chase Agency. Maybe I'll wait a month for that and feed them. Garcia and Prudence. So blondes, I don't know, fashionable blonde dudes versus guys who think they're superhero. You know what? That's a fashionable blonde dudes versus guys who think they are superheroes. Alright, that should be enough. Next one, we will start running shows. And I'm going to try and get 5 out by Friday. It's actually Wednesday when I'm recording this. And I'm only going to do 1 tonight. Just so you guys know why there haven't been as many episodes. I've been going through physical therapy and a bit of stuff for my knees. So it's a bit of a medical thing. And I don't want to make too big a deal out of it because it's not that big a deal, but there might be surgery coming soon, maybe December or January. So it's been, a lot of running around and getting all the medical stuff taken care of that's leaving me tired and tuckered out, and I didn't really want to get on the get on the recording. It's I'm tired when I get home, especially after physical therapy, which I actually had today. But it's been Wednesday, and I really wanted to get something out to you guys. So there's the reasoning. I understand that there's been a real slowdown in episodes, and I wanted to at least give you a reason as well as an episode. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to try and do 2 tomorrow and 2 Friday, hopefully. Don't hold me to it, though. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.